אנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם והללויה, יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה ביום, top of page 381. יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה ביום דברי חירותיו, ימליך מלכותיו בחיי חול ומלכון, בחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגל ובזמן קריב, יאמרו אמן. איש מי רב ומברך, לעולם לא מעולמה, יברך משפח יפר ותשמע וינסג, יתהדר ויתעלה ודל שמי קודשה, בריחו, לילה לילה מן כל ברכתה ושרה, זה תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן ביעלמה, יאמרו אמן. Page 381, please rise. We'll do it Heichi Kedusha, so you'll join in after the third paragraph. You'll do it silently after the third paragraph. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'lo avotenu le'Avraham le'Yitzchak le'Yaakov ve'El Gibor Adorai Eloheinu k'machadim tovim v'nachol v'zocher chesed avodim v'goel ibnei v'neihem l'man shmo b'yava melech ozer mishim again zochreinu v'chayim melech la'afetz b'chayim v'chat beinu v'sefer chachayim l'man Elohim chayim melech ozer mishim again baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu again Avraham atah gibor l'manai mechayim eitim atarab l'hoshia v'chalkil chayim v'chesed b'chayim eitim rachamim rabim samech noflim v'fecholim matir surim v'chayim emunotol shenei afar מלחמה בא כברות מידו מלך מלחמים מידו מחיים עצמיח ישועה ונאמנות תחיום מתים ברוכתה מי כמוך אף הרחמים זוכה יצורת לחיים ברחמים ונאמנות תחיום מתים ברוכתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש שמך קדוש נקדש את שמך bottom of the page bottom of 382 נקדש את שמך בעולם כי שם שמחתי שימותו בשמי מרום ככתוב ועל יד נביאך וקרא זה על זה ויאמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאו ומתם ברוך יאמר בכבוד אדוני ממקומו דברי קודשך כתוב לאמור ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור הללויה לדור ודור נגיד גודלך ונצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לעולם ושלום כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה ברוך אתה אדוני המלך הקדוש. Continuing silently from the top of page 383. you're still doing mincha, that's okay. I'm continuing with the Aleinu, which is on page 342.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, v'ateit gedula liotzer v'reishit, shelo asanu kiyoye haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Keshamayim. Okay, Nikavelach Adonai. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Mourner's Kaddish, page 346. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah. V'yalma divra chirutei, v'yamliach malchutei, v'chayechon, u'vyomechon, u'v'chayei, d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala, u'vizman kari, v'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivorach, li'olam, la'omei amalya. Yit barach, v'yish dabach, v'yit pa'ar, v'yit romam, v'yit naseh, v'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudisha b'riachu, la'ela ula'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'yalma v'yimru, amen, yehei shalom araba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Good Yontif, Evelyn. Good to see you. Good to see everybody, as a matter of fact. So we're going to be doing the Kol Nidre, which happens a little touch before the deepest dark moments of sundown. So we're kind of doing it on a time schedule. It's tradition. It's a court, so somebody needs to hold a Sefer Torah. So 4 officers of the congregation are going to come up and take hold of Sifrei Torah. Somebody's going to help them get them, and we're turning to page 393. No, 383. 398. Okay. Yeah, but wait, we're waiting. We have to get out the Torahs first. Yeah. Come on up. 398. Please rise when the ark is open. Did Steve get one? It's like his first time up.
I'm sorry. Page 398.
V'shiva shel mata al dar hamakom V'aldad hakol anu matirin l'palel im habaryanim.
By the authority of the heavenly court, and by the authority of the court below, with divine consent and with the consent of this congregation, we hereby declare it permissible to pray with those who have transgressed.
B'shiva shel ma'ala u'v'shiva shel mata al dat hamakom v'al dat hakol anu matirin l'palel im habayanim. V'shiva shel mahala u'v'shiva shel mata al dat hamakom v'al dat hakol anu matirin l'palel im habaryanim. Kol nidre v'yesareh Amen. V'kanameh v'chinuye v'kinusei v'kinusei u'shevut dindana Urish tevana Uriacharimna V'diasana al nafshatana miyom kippurim zeh ad yom kippurim Aleinu. Aleinu litova. Kol necharadna v'hon. Kol nihon sharon. Ihan Sharon Shevitin V'telin u'mevutalin L'ashririn V'lakayamin Nidrana La Nidre V'es V'sarana laesore. Oshvoatana lashevot.
All vows, oaths, and promises which we made to God from last Yom Kippur to this Yom Kippur, and were not able to fulfill, may all such vows between ourselves and God be annulled. May they be void and of no effect. May we be absolved of them and released from them. May these vows not be considered vows, these oaths not be considered oaths, and these promises not be considered promises.
Sorre, v'charame, v'koname, v'chinuye, v'kinusei, v'kinusei u'shvuot, dindana, Shivana Udacharimna Vidyasana al nafshatana Yom Kippurim zeh ad Yom Kippurim haba aleinu Habalenu litova Koni charatna v'hon Koni hon sharon Kon Yehon Sharon Shevikin Shevitin Betelin umvutalin Lashririn Vilakayamin Nidrana La Nidre Yesrana La Esore Oshevuatana la shevot Kol nidre v'yesrei v'charame v'koname v'chinuye v'chinusei וכינוסי ושבועות דין דנה אורי שבנה ולאחרים נא Vidyasana al nafshatana me'om kippurim zeh ad yom kippurim haba aleinu haba aleinu litova Charatna vehon Kahon Yihon Sharon Kahon Yihon Sharon Shevikin Shevitin Betelin umvutalin Lashririn Vilakayamin Nidrana La Nidre Viesarana La Esare Shevuatana la Shevuot.
Top of page 400.
V'nislach l'chol adar b'nei Yisrael v'lagehaga b'tocham ki l'cham b'shgaga.
Forgiveness be granted to the whole congregation of Israel and to the stranger in their midst, for all of the people have transgressed unwittingly.
V'nislach l'chol adat b'nei Yisrael v'lagehaga b'tocham ki l'cham b'shgaga. V'nislach l'chol adat b'nei Yisrael v'lagehagar b'tocham ki l'cham b'shgaga. סלחנו לעוון הזה כגודל חסדך, וכשנעשת העולם הזה, ממצרים ועד הנה ושם נאמר.
In your unbounded mercy, forgive the sin of this people as you have ever forgiven our people from the days of Egypt until now.
ויאמר אדוני, סלחתי כדברך. ויאמר אדוני, סלחתי כדברך. ויאמר אדוני, סלחתי כדברך.
And the Lord said, I pardoned them as you have asked.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Amen. Please remain standing until the Sifrei Torah are returned to the ark. Brian, can you help? Jason, maybe you help too. And thank you all, not just for holding the Torahs in this physical way, but for doing the caring for this congregation that's held the Torahs here until this day. Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu. We got to this day with thanks to all of you. The one with the rubber bands has to end up in the center. You may be seated, and at this time I'll share my pulpit with the president of the congregation, Murray C. Masry, who will talk about the state of the community. Murray?
Thank you, Rabbi. Just get situated here. Hi, I'm Murray Masry, President of Temple Bethel. Welcome members, friends, extended family, RPI students and faculty, and newcomers. It is wonderful to have you all joining us in person and virtually for another high holiday season. I know Rabbi truly appreciates the in-person company after so many virtual services. Thank you, Rabbi Kasman and Kenneth Blatt, for being here and leading our services again this year. As I reflect on another year, I think how Temple Bethel has been an important part of my family for 4 generations. My grandparents set the tone, and now each generation continues their legacy. I enjoy seeing my children, the 4th generation of the Masry family, being a part of Temple Bethel. I'd like to thank my family, my parents Mickey and Norman, and my wife Mallory for supporting me in my role as Temple president. The involvement is much appreciated. Last year I said we were posed to embrace our future. The manageable size of our population combined with our young leadership sets us apart in the capital region. This year we have been taking steps to deliver on our visions. Jewish youth education. Bethel is a positive and welcome environment for kids. We've been expanding each child's relationship with our synagogue. Rabbi Kasman is meeting with the children individually and in small groups, bringing Jewish learning to our homes and our sanctuary. I've seen for myself my sons, Aaron and little Norman, connecting to our congregation. They sit by our front door, anxiously waiting for Rabbi Kasman's arrival for their Hebrew lessons. Rabbi Kasman has truly put a great deal of effort into modernizing the phonics and web-based learning for our kids. Thank you, Rabbi. Our new website. We've updated our new website and increased our online presence. I invite you to check out our new website when you have a moment. We continue to provide virtual services and this is the first year we were able to offer cemetery memorial services on Zoom in our efforts to continue to make services accessible to all. Our weekly online attendance have expanded, and families gather to celebrate Shabbat from multiple states via our live stream. We've delivered on our goal to make our website more interactive and responsive, and we'll keep it up to date. Jew Chews have been our signature adult education program for several years now. This year, we are having more speakers and more prepared foods funded by our Federation sponsors. Rabbi Kassman has scheduled some great Jew Chew guests, including a Druid priest on October 15th and a rabbi from Sydney, Australia on January 14th. We hope you can join us for our Jew Chews this year. Please refer to our website under the Adult Learning section for our full schedule. Fundraising. We all have heard the saying, it takes a village. We have some projects that will require fundraising. For example, we need to upgrade the synagogue kitchen. The appliances are from the 1970s and need to be updated. The sound system is also from the 1970s. It needs to be updated as well. The 1970s technology that powered our sound system conflicts more with modern equipment. More modern equipment we are using to Zoom and stream. Repairing our current system will cost more than purchasing our modern equipment. We need to expand our security system and add cameras. It is a critical piece of our safety security plan and expected by law enforcement in the modern era. The purple and gold Torah and Bima covers are worn beyond repair and are in need of replacement. They've served us well for decades. This is an opportunity to honor a special loved one and dedicate these essential items of prayer. There are also great fundraising opportunities that can be contributed to with donation of any size. Becoming a member if you've not already done so, or participating in Cover Your Plate, Sponsor a Shabbat, or Talmud nameplates initiatives. This is an example of a Talmud the rabbi graciously donated. They're going to be going in a display cabinet that Shira has also graciously is willing to sponsor. So one of our initiatives that we'll be providing you is an opportunity to do a nameplate for one of the Talmuds in the volume. There's going to be much more information coming in our upcoming newsletters, both online and in print. So I look forward to being able to explain each one of those programs. And as I said, it takes a village, and now is the time for all of us to step up and work as a team. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes into running our shul and making service possible. I'd like to take some time to thank the following people. Canner, thank you for being here again this year. We truly appreciate your partnership. Kathy in the office, who's not able to join us tonight, but she's a great asset to this organization, and she contributes and makes sure that we get things out in a timely manner, and she's truly part of the Bethel family. Jason Kassman, excellent shofar blowing as always. Thanks for being here. Noah Benson, he's an RPI student that read Torah last week. Thank you very much. Collective Effort, thank you very much for your great execution in the high holiday streaming. We truly appreciate your partnership. Chris LeMay, as Mallory calls him, our bouncer who works the front door during high holiday services. Chris, thank you very much. Troy Police Department for providing additional security for us. Board officers, who none of this would be possible without. Melissa Frisbee, Vice President. Karen Bauer, Treasurer. Mark Bernard, Secretary. Family of our executive committee members, Oleg, Andrew, Sylvia, and Mallory. Your involvement and support is very much appreciated. Cemetery Committee, Riva, Elliot, and Sandy. You all have given so much care and attention to the cemetery beautification, and your efforts are visible in the cemetery when visiting the cemetery and seeing how it looks. Thank you to everyone who took out your site ads this year in the book. And there's a few major contributors who offer continued support of the shul that I'd like to thank. The Weinberg Foundation, Rabbi Kassman, and the Massery family. I'd like to also take this opportunity to recognize Steve Gold for his 15 years of dedicated service as Secretary of Temple Bethel. You always be a part of the Bethel family, and we are grateful for all your services. None of this would be possible without the commitment and forward thinking of Rabbi Kastman. His dedication to Temple Bethel is extraordinary, and he's always coming up with new ideas for community engagement and bringing people together. We are truly blessed to have a rabbi like Rabbi Kastman represent our shul. Thank you, Rabbi, for all you've done and will continue to do to keep Bethel adapting with the times. In closing, I am proud to say that we have succeeded in focusing on the religious needs of our members and maintain relationships with families near and far. We continue to pivot as needed to maintain relevance and longevity in the Jewish community. Our rabbi and board are working well together to contribute to the health of continuity of Judaism here, and I am excited for the future. Thank you very much, and have an easy fast.
Thank you, Murray. Thank you. I'm having a great time. There's this verse here that we read in the Kol Nidre. It's the translation here that they did was, "May forgiveness be granted to the whole congregation of Israel and to the stranger in their midst, for all the people have transgressed unwittingly." What's the word unwittingly doing there? What does it mean, unwittingly? By accident. You sinned by accident, because there's a debate. You'll see it all the way through the holiday. You can watch for it. There were those who thought that you could apologize and atone for intentional sins with this holiday. What's an intentional sin? I've got a favorite. My mother, when she was a little girl, and they would go up to the country, they would stop at the Red Apple Rest for a sandwich. And on Passover, they would have matzah for any sandwich you wanted. And she would, if it was Passover, make a matzah sandwich that was a BLT on matzah. She thought this was fun and funny. And it was fun and funny because she knew she was sinning, right? It was an intentional sin. She knew she wasn't supposed to be eating the bacon. She thought that they would put it on the matzah was fun. That's an intentional sin. And there's a debate about whether this holiday it atones for those or not. You know, you accidentally back your car over somebody, it's different than you drive right into them. Does it atone for where you drive over them accidentally while you're backing up? Well, yes. That's the kind of sin. It was unintentional. But does it work for when you do things intentionally? There's a debate. There's a debate. I won't tell you which, because I would have to take an opinion. And I think you're entitled to your own opinion. If the next day of this holiday you want to be atoning for things you did intentionally, go ahead, see if it works. If not, that's okay with me too. I want to talk about this other thing, the unintentional sin. And that's when everybody agrees about it. They don't agree about the intentional sins, but they agree, everybody, that all of you unintentionally sin, and that this works. That's what Yom Kippur is for, to atone for the unintentional sin. I'll stay with food for a moment. I'm a Jewish chaplain at Albany Med, and I have this happen all of the time. There's somebody, maybe several Sundays, they change them every day, whose job it is to put a handful of butters in a container of milk on every lunch tray. I don't know who this person is, but I do know they're probably not paid very much, and they probably don't stay in that job very long, because I've tried to chase that person down and say to them, listen, when you're putting a meal out of there, we don't want it. Okay, nobody's going to drink it, it's just going to be like, please, but there's nobody to chase down. And often, somebody will call me in as the Jewish chaplain and say to me, Rabbi, my husband got on his tray with his meat meal, his triple wrapped, so nothing got near its meat meal. On the tray there was a milk and a butter. And I said, did he eat it? She says, and it's lots of she's, Always she's. Of course not. Of course not. He knew it wasn't kosher. But what if somebody who's dementia or had a car accident, hurt their head, what if they accidentally were to eat the butter on the meat? What would happen? I always say to them, because these are always observant people, I always say to them, so what happens? And they always think about it. They stop and think then. And they say to me, nothing. Nothing. If you sin unintentionally, it's not a sin because of Yom Kippur. You're atoning for those now. The unintended consequences that are negative, this atones for that. How many people did you hear say during the last 2 years, I have to put on my mask, I'd feel terrible if some grandfather was to die because I coughed on him, that some grandchildren would grow up without that loving guy in their lives. I just couldn't live myself with the unintended consequences of the sin of not wearing my mask. So I'm going to wear it. And so you've all had that feeling this year. Somebody said this to you if you didn't have that feeling yourself. That's the unintended sin that you are atoning for with this Yom Kippur. The thing you didn't mean to do. And of course, there's the other side of that we never discussed. We always this is a major topic for Americans nowadays. You use a straw, and you're worried that your straw is going to get into the eye of a sea turtle, right? Because you saw the picture. And you're worried about the poor sea turtle. I'm not saying you shouldn't be worried about the sea turtle. But you're always worrying in this society about unintended consequences. The brand of deodorant that you used, is it making a hole in the ozone? Oh my goodness, you don't know. You're always worrying about the negative, unintended consequences of everything you do, because it's what it is to be alive today. And I'm showing you in the prayer book that here in this biblical verse, that's what they were worrying about too. And they had this concept, God. God is a concept that they were saying, look, we know. It says all, kol ha'am b'shgaga, all of the Jews. And it mentions non-Jews in the sentences too. It says everybody. Everybody's going to do sins unintentionally. Why? Because that's what it is to live. You all know this. You really don't know that straw that you threw out didn't end up being the home for some animal that will make the animal survive better because it has a sturdy home. You don't know. You take the negative one, but you don't know. You don't know that guy you coughed on and, oh my God, maybe you gave him COVID. Maybe he was abusing his wife, or maybe he was abusing that grandchild. You don't know. There are unintended consequences all the time. You focus on the negative ones, never the positive ones. And that's what God is for. He's a concept. Not that you shouldn't feel guilty about the things you do. If you're here today, you know. We expected you to feel guilty about the things you did. We're doing it. We're fasting for it. We're atoning for it. We're banging our chests. It's not that we think you're not responsible. It's that we know you can't succeed. You can't succeed. Everybody's guilty. Everybody's guilty, including God, who created this mess, where no matter what you do, you can't be sure what the unintended consequences is. Why does he take a share of the blame? Because he deserves a share of the blame. He made it this way. He's dealing with unintended consequences of what he needs to do. And he says so over and over and over again in the Torah. I can't tell you about intended consequences. I think you shouldn't sin if you know you're sinning. I think you shouldn't cheat if you know you're cheating. I think you shouldn't hurt people if you know you're hurting people, if you know. I think that should be beforehand. The wife who says, I have a lovely husband, he only beats me when he's drunk, he shouldn't get drunk. I think you shouldn't do bad things where you know you're doing them. This verse in the Torah says you're going to do bad things and not know. We all worry about them, and we're entitled to worry about them.
Yom Kippur comes once a year for us to start and say, okay, I'm going to be mindful of what I'm doing. I'm going to try not to do things unintentionally. But I didn't make my situation. I'm doing the best I can, and when I'm not doing the best I can, I'm going to try and do that thing better. That's what Yom Kippur is for. Not to help you get away with the things you knew you were doing wrong. It's to make you say, okay, generation after generation after generation of Jews have been doing things wrong without intending to, and I'm just like them, and I'm still trying to make the world better. If each generation puts its mind to making things better, then after a while it does get better. And 3,500 years into this project, I can look back and see that. So yeah, I'm not sure about your intended sins. You have some intended sins. Think about not doing that again. Everybody doesn't have the one. At least it doesn't say that in this verse. But the unintended sins, apologize for them. Try and recognize them so that you don't do them again. But also remember that some of it is because God is there to accept your atonement for them. That's what you came here on this Day of Atonement for. At least it's the way I'm understanding it. We turn now to our prayers for atoning for sins. You like page 408? Does that work for you? Oh, is that not right? No, that's not right. Oh, maybe. No, that's not good. I think it's 408. What do you have on 408? I have
I
bar.
see 408 here.
Yeah, 408, that's what I said.
Okay. Yep.
408, the call for prayer. Please rise.
Baruch hu Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated.
El Chai v'Kayom Tamid Yimlach Aleinu Le'olam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai.
Baruch Baruch.
Mariv Aravim.
Top of page 410.
Avad Olam Beit Yisrael Amecha Havta Torah Mitzvot Chukim Mishpatim Otanu Lemadata Al Ken Adonai Eloheinu V'shachveinu V'kumeinu Nasiach V'chukecha V'nizmak b'divrei Toratecha U'v'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה יומם ולילה ואהבותך תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 412.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol miodecha v'hayu habarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shnanatam levonecha v'dibarata bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha u'v'lektecha v'aderech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'keshatom liot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chetavetam Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
Hayim shemot tishmu mitzvotay asher anochi mitzavetchem hayom lo yava Adonai Elohechem avdo b'chol levavchem b'chol nafshechem v'natati mitartzachem b'ito yorom al kol shvi asafta deganecha v'tirosh havitzarech ונתתי את בשרתך והקמתך ואכלת ושבעת ישמרו לכם פניתו לכם בשרתם פדתם עולים אחרים וישתרבניהם לכם אף אדוני בכם פרשה מימר מלאותם שלמו ידבר בני ישראל ומרת להם וסולם ציצית לכם פדותיהם לדורותם ולעלות ציצית הכנף וחילק לכם ציצית תמלתו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריכם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם ואני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Top of page 418.
Emet v'emunah kozos v'kayam aleinu ki Adonai Eloheinu v'yeinu hatov. Malchuto bratzon kiblo aleihem Moshe uvnei Yisrael Lechanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamaru chulam Michamocha bo'elim Adonai Mikamocha nedor b'kodesh Nara tehilot osefele Malichutecha ra'u vonecha Bokei hayom lifnei Moshe Zelianu v'yameru Adonai imlach le'olam va'ed V'nema kipada Adonai et Yaakov Ugyalu miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Agal Yisrael.
Top of page 420.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Yamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, Ufrahos aleinu sukat shalomecha, V'taknenu b'yetza tovo, Milfonecha v'hoshienu, Leman shemecha, V'hagem b'adeinu, V'hasem eleinu, Oh, Yev David, V'charav Rav Yagon, V'hases Atal Milfonenu, Umeachareinu, V'tzel Kinafechon, Tastirenu Kiel Shomrenu Matzilenu, Ata Kiel Melech Hanun, V'rachum Aton, Ushma Tzeitenu Venu, L'chaim L'shalom, Me'ato v'yad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shelamecha. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch Hu,
Haborei sukat shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. V'al Yerushalayim.
Bottom of page 420.
Ki vayom hazeh yichapel lechem l'taher etchem mikol chakotechem lifnei Adonai titaru.
Top of page 422.
Yikadav yikadash shemei Rabbah v'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaydecho beit Yisrael b'alev zman kori v'yamru amen. Yesh merabah mevarach li'olam ol me'omaya Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yiprav Yerman V'yitnaseh, V'yitadav, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha. Leilo, Leilo, Mikabechata V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Damiram B'yama, V'yimru.
Amen. Please rise, and we continue silently with the Amida beginning on page 424.
If you finished your private Amida, please be seated so we can see how many people need more time. Good Yantif, Ariella. You can't say, you made the whole room smile. It was really nice. And you people who are at home, it was really nice. Never mind. You have to have been here. Page 446, Ya'aleh.
Me'erev v'yavon shavotenu miboker v'yeroe rinunenu ad arev Yale kolenu me'erev V'avot tzidkatenu miboker V'yeroe pidionenu ad arev Yale, yale, inunenu, yale, yale, inunenu, yale, yale, inunenu, me'erev, v'avo, selichutenu miboker, v'yerohed, nakotenu, v'yeroed nakotenu ad arev Yale yale minusenu yale yale minusenu yale yale minusenu me'erev V'yavo l'manu miboker v'yeroed kipurenu v'yeroed kipurenu ad arev Yale, 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 yishenu me'erev, v'yavo tareinu miboker, v'yeroe chinunenu, chinunenu. ad arev. Yale, yale, zichronenu merev, v'yavo, v'yavo, v'yudenu miboker, v'yiroech adratenu, adratenu ad arev. Yale, yale, davkenu merev, v'yavo, v'yavo, giulenu miboker, v'yeroeh bakashatenu, bakashatenu, ad arev. Yale, yale, en kotenu merev, v'yavo, v'yavo, elecha miboker, v'yeroeh eleinu, eleinu, ad arev.
Let's read the couplets responsively on the top of page 449. O God, who hears prayer, to you shall all creatures come. Come, let us worship and bow down. Let us bend the knee before the Lord our Maker. Let us draw near to him with thankfulness. Let us acclaim him with songs of praise. The sea is his. He made it. His hands formed the dry land. Bottom of page 448.
Hanesham malach v'haguf palach. Hanesham malach v'haguf palach. Usah usah malach. Usah malach. Hanesham malach. V'haguf shelach, hanesham malach. V'haguf shelach, v'haguf shelach. Adonai aseh leman shemecha. Atanu al shemcha Adonai aseh leman shemecha. Ba'hava kevod shemcha ki el chanun v'rachum shemecha. Leman shemcha Adonai v'solachto lavonenu ki rav hu.
Top of page 450.
Hine kachome biad hayotze, birtzoto marchiv, uvirtzoto mekatze. Ken anachnu biyadcha, chesed notze. Ken anachnu biyadcha, chesed notze. La brit habet, la brit habet, la brit habet, v'al tefen la yetzer. Kine ka'even biad hamsatet, birtzoto ches uvirtzoto mekatet. כן אנחנו בידך, בחי ומותד. כן אנחנו בידך, בחי ומותד. לברית הבית, לברית הבית, לברית הבית, ואל תפן ליצר.
Let's read upon page 251 in English. I'll say the lines in standard print, and you can say the italics. As clay in the hand of the potter, who thickens or thins it at will, so are we in your hand, O God of love. As stone in the hand of the mason, who preserves or breaks it at will, so are we in your hand, O God of life. As iron in the hand of the craftsman, who forges or rejects it at will, so are we in your hand, O God who saves. As glass in the hand of the blower, who shapes or melts it at will, so are we in your hand, O gracious God. As cloth in the hand of the draper, who drapes or twists it at will, so are we in your hand, O righteous God. As silver in the hand of the smelter, who alloys it or refines it at will, so are we in your hand, O healing God. Bottom of page 450.
כן אנחנו בידך, ממשיל למזות הערב. לברית הבית, לברית הבית, אל תפן ליצר.
Top of page 455. O God, our King, enthroned in mercy, you rule with loving kindness. You pardon your people's transgressions, forgiving them again and again. You are generous in forgiving to sinners. You deal mercifully with all creatures, not according to the evil of their deeds. Lord, you taught us through the humble man Moses to recite your 13 attributes of mercy. Remember as you judge us the covenant of mercy you then revealed. Thus it is written in your Torah, the Lord descended in a cloud, and Moses was with him there, and he proclaimed the name of the Lord. Please rise as the cantor continues from the middle of page 454.
ויעבור אדוני פניו ויקרא, אדוני, אדוני, אל רחום וחנון, ערך אפיים, רב חסד ואמת, נוצר חסד לאלפים, נושא עוון ופשע וחטא ונקה, וסולחת לעווננו ולחטאתנו ונחלתנו. סלח לנו אבינו כי חטאנו, מחלנו מלכנו כי פשענו, כי אתה אדוני טוב וסלח, רב חסד וכל קורך.
Top of 458.
Shema kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, uz v'rachem, rachem oleinu, v'kabel brachamim, rachamim uratzon, et tefillatenu. Ashivenu Adonai Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Yameinu, Kekedem. Amareinu Ha'azinu Adonai Bino Chagigenu, Yul Rotzarim Reifinu Vehagyon, Libeden Lefonecha Adonai Tzoreinu, V'go Aleinu. Al Tashlichenu Milfonecha, Milfonecha, Veruach, Veruach, Kadshecha, Al Tikak Mimenu, Al Tashlichenu, Al Tashlichenu, Li'ed Zikna, Li'ed Zikna, Kichlo Kochenu, Kichlo Kochenu, Al Tadvenu.
Do not forsake us, O Lord our God. Do not make yourself distant from us. You may be seated. And we continue with the cantor on page 460.
Eloheinu v'elhavotenu, Silach lanu, mechal lanu, kapel lanu, Ki anu amecha, v'ata Eloheinu, anu vanecha, v'ata avinu, anu avodecha, v'ata Adonenu, anu ke'alecha, v'ata chelkenu, anu nachalotecha, v'ata goraleinu, anu tzanecha, v'ata roenu, anu chamecha, v'ata noreinu, anu pilatecha, v'ata yotreinu, anu rahayotecha, v'ata dodeinu, anu segulatecha, v'ata kiroveinu, anu amecha, v'ata malkeinu, anu ma'amirecha, v'ata ma'amireinu, anu azefanim v'ata rachum v'chanun, anu kisheref v'ata rechapayim, anu mlei avon v'ata mal rachamim, anu yameinu kitzove, v'atahu oshnotecha lo yitamu.
Top of page 462, please rise.
Eloheinu v'elhavotenu, tavo lefonecha, tefilatenu, v'al tidalam, v'chinatenu, she'en anachnu, azefanim mokshei foref, loma lefonecha. Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Tzadikim anachnu, velo chatanu, aval anachnu chatanu. Ay, 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 Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazanu, Dibanu Dofi. Ay, 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 Hevinu, Vehirshanu, Zadnu, Chamasnu, Tofanu, Sheker. Ay, 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 Ya Atznu Kizavnu, Latznu, Moradnu, Niatznu, Saranu, Avinu, Pashanu, Saranu, Kishinu, Aref. Ay, 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 Rashamnu, Jichadnu, Tiavnu, Taino, Titano.
We have turned away from your mitzvot and your goodly laws, and we are poor for our disobedience. You are just in all that has come upon us. You have acted faithfully, and we have done evil. Page 466.
Al chet shechatanu lefonecha b'imutz helev, v'al chet shechatanu lefonecha b'vitas sefatayim. Al chet shechatanu lefonecha Vagalu vaster v'al chet shechatanu lefanecha v'dibar peh. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha b'hachohelev. V'al chet shechatanu lefanecha B'vidoi peh. Al chet shechatanu lefonecha b'zadonu v'ishgagan v'al chet shechatanu lefonecha b'chilu Hashem v'al kulam Eloha selichot Selach lanu, mechalanu, kapelanu.
Middle of page 466. Al chet shechatanu lefnecha page shechatanu yodim v'lo yodim. Al chet shechatanu b'katlat shocharahim. Harav v'no nachalom. Shechatanu v'nef begin nidre.
V'al kulam Eloha selichot selach lanu mechalanu kapelanu.
66. Al chet shechatanu b'shikurayin. Al chet shechatanu.
Al chet shechatanu lefonecha b'tzinat hinam. אחרי שחטאנו לפניך בתמיכון לבב, ועל כולם אלוה סליחה, סלח לנו, מחל לנו, כפר לנו.
Page 472.
אבינו מלכנו חטאנו לפניך.
Avinu Malkeinu chatanu lefanecha.
אבינו מלכנו אין לנו מלך אלא אתה. אבינו מלכנו החזירנו בשובה שלמה לפניך. אבינו מלכנו חדש עלינו שנה טובה. אבינו מלכנו שלך רפואה, רפואה שלמה לחולי עמך. אבינו מלכנו הפר עצת אויבינו.
Avinu Malkeinu hafer atzat oiveinu.
אבינו מלכנו זכרנו בזיכרון טוב לפניך. אבינו מלכנו כתבנו בספר חיים טובים. אבינו מלכנו כתבנו בספר גאולה ושועה. אבינו מלכנו כתבנו בספר פרנסה וכלכלה. אבינו מלכנו כתבנו בספר זכויות. אבינו מלכנו כתבנו בספר סליחה ומחילה.
Avinu Malkeinu b'sefer salicha u'mechila. Avinu Malkeinu samach. Malkeinu kabel rachamim ratzon et tfilatenu. Avinu Malkeinu chamol aleinu v'yakol olotenu. Avinu Malkeinu aseh lama'an ba'ei ba'eshu b'mayim al kiddush shemecha. Avinu Malkeinu aseh lama'an cha'im lo ma'anenu.
אבינו מלכנו חננו בנינו. אבינו מלכנו חננו בנינו כי אין בנו מעשים. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד והושיענו. אבינו מלכנו חננו בנינו. אבינו מלכנו חננו בנינו כי אין בנו מעשים. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד. עשה עמנו צדקה וחסד והושיענו.
You may be seated, and we continue on page 476.
I can't believe we're up to this already.
Gay face.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ועולמו דברו חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגולו בזמן קריב ויאמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך O Maya Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitale, V'yitala, Shemei de Kudisha, Shemei de Kudisha, Berechu, Leila, Uleila, Beka Bechata, Vishrata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Damiram Bialema, V'yimru, V'yimru,
Amen.
Tikabal Tzilot Hon, Uvaut Hon Decha Yisrael, Kadam Avihon, Divishmaya, V'yimeru, Amen. Yehi Shelamara Haba, Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimeru.
Amen.
Osei Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimeru, V'yimeru, Amen.
Please rise. We're on page 478.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'tekdula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kirei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kohem, v'gahor aleinu kichol hamonam, v'anachnu karim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser oretz, U'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mimal, U'shchina ruzo, Begavei meromim, U'Eloheinu ein od, Emet malkeinu efes zulato, kakatu b'torato, v'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levovecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim mimal, v'aharetz mitachat ein od. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimlach li'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shema echad.
Page 484. L'David Adonai ori v'i mimi ira Adonai ma'oz chayai mimi echad b'krov. Lulei ha'amanti lirot betuv Adonai be'eretz chayim. Kavei el Adonai chazak v'yamet libecha v'kavei el Adonai. Mourner's Kaddish, page 482. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'gala u'vizman kariv v'yimru amen.
Yehei
Yehei
Shemei
Shemei
Rabba
Rabba
V'Vorach
V'Vorach
Le'olam Omei Omaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu la'ela u'la'ela min kol brachata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom arab amin shemaya v'chaim aleinu Ya'kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'ya'kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Marie, do you want to make announcements? Sukkot, we will have, it's not a synagogue program, but I'm going to have dinner on Sukkot Friday night in my sukkah. And last year we did it as a potluck, and a lot of you came with something for in the sukkah. So, and it was so much food that if you don't have something you want to contribute, but you want to come to the sukkah Friday night of Sukkot, that would be great. I'd love to see all of you. You know, you're practically family. Look, we just davened together. So please come for Sukkot. And Saturday in the sukkah for lunch, we'll end up having leftovers is my guess. But we're having this Druid priest who's going to talk about myrtle and willow in his religion. I don't think anybody's ever done that. You could go look online. Somebody tell me somebody else has had a Druid priest to compare their religion's view of trees. I think I'm winning. But if you see one, tell me. Maybe I'll call him and ask him for suggestions on how to make it better, because, nothing new under the sun. We know that you have choices when you pray, and we're glad you chose to pray with us. The people online and the people who are here are one big happy community. And I've just been having a terrific time so far this holiday. Hope if you're going to be davening someplace else tomorrow, I hope you have an easy fast. And if you're going to be back here tomorrow, services are going to start at 9:15, and most of you will show up, well, sometime. Page 486.
No Danish tomorrow, right?
What?
No Danish tomorrow.
Not till after the services in the evening. If you stay all the way through Nino, I'll give you a Danish.
Just a reminder, tomorrow morning, there'll be a babysitter for the children starting at 9:30 a.m. in the library.
Yeah, there's going to be, so for those of you who are online who may not have heard, there's going to be a babysitter tomorrow starting at 9:30. And we are going to start having regularly somebody to stay in the play space, starting on Sukkot on Saturday mornings. I'm hoping we almost every Saturday we've had some little people here for Saturday morning. I'd like it to end up being more times where I have more than one of the families together, because the days that we had that this summer were so fantastic. So we're going to have somebody there to supervise in that space. I'm not using the word babysitter if somebody can come up with a word. I do want the children to be in there and having a good time, but I also want them to feel like they can run out and come into here too. And I do want the parents to be able to pray, and sometimes it's hard for them to do that if there's somebody pulling on their legs. So that's why we have both somebody to watch that space, but also wide open doors. The wide open doors are for me. Page 486, Yigdal.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach Nimtza v'yenei El Metziuto
Echad v'yen yachid Ke'yichudo Ne'elam v'gam ein sof
V'yachduto Ein lo dimut haguf v'yeino guf,
Lo
na'aruch
na'aruch
elav kedushato, kadmon lechol davar, asher nivra, rishon v'reshit, l'reshito. Hino Adon Olam, V'chol notzar, Yoreh gedulato, U'malchuto, Shefa nevuato, Nitano, El anshe segulato, V'tifarto, Lo kam v'Yisrael, Kimo she'od, Navi umabit, et emunato, Torah demet natan, li'amoel, ayad nevio, neman beito, lo yachal Yifrael, velo yamir dato, le'olamim, lezulato, sofer v'yodea, sitarenu, mabit lesof davar, v'kadmato, gomer liv chesed, kemifalo, noten l'rosh hara, kerishato, yishlach l'ketz yamin, Meshichenu, liftok mechake ketz, Yeshuato, meitim yechael, brov chasto, baruch adayad, shem tehilato, meitim yechael, brov chasto, baruch adayad, shem tehilato.
Gemar Tov, Shana Tova Tikatevu V'Techatemu, may be inscribed for a sweet year, and good Yom Tov to everybody.